Hello, I'm Richard Vobes, the Bald Explorer. Today, it's a bit of a mist on at the moment. I was hoping to get up onto the South Downs actually and do a bit of a stroll today and take you with me. It's going to rain, I know that, and I actually have got my waterproofs all in my van, which is just at the back there, but rather than go up onto the Downs, I've stopped just north of Worthing in Broadwater to have a stroll around the Broadwater Green for my daily exercise and my video during this lockdown period. And I thought I would take an opportunity here to, because you can't see very much because of the mist, just to have another little chat, a cogitation, I suppose. And this one, I thought about this as I was getting ready to come out. This is not the greatest of times of year to be stuck in our houses on a lockdown, of course. I mean, we have to do it because we understand all the reasoning, whether we agree with it or not, but also, of course, it's law. And so that makes it even more important that we comply with the law. However, because it's cold and because it's grim, it is very hard for people to stay locked up inside their houses, and that's why getting out for a walk, if you can, and being safe, of course, is absolutely paramount and worth doing. We're legally allowed to do it, so getting out from those four walls. The other thing I wanted to say really is about being positive. We've got to somehow get through this, and we will get through this, and I think more than ever we need a little bit of that positivity. So as you can see, there's barely anything to see this morning on this misty morning, but it's not actually downpouring, so that's why I wanted to just get out. I do like these misty mornings actually, and I made a video. I'll link to it because it's quite a jolly little video. I was up on the Downs, it may have been 2 years ago, and I hadn't realised that it was misty, and it was up at Stenning Bowl. I recently did a video near Stenning Bowl, and the sun and the sunshine there was absolutely glorious. But the time I went before, the mist had just risen and covered everything. And I thought, oh well, I'll go for a walk anyway and see what we see. And I stumbled across pigs in the mist, and it made a delightful little video in the end. So I was very thrilled about that. There's some wonderful trees here on the green. I don't actually know what they are. Sorry about the car noise. I'm right at the edge here, so apologies about that. But I think the winter is such a lovely time for a certain style of photography. And of course, if one had more time and had the ability to travel further than I do, of course, during the lockdown, it would be fascinating to get out on some of these misty mornings and do far, far better photography than I'm doing here with my little GoPro. But my channel is principally about heritage, landscape and nature. Look at this tree. It's just absolutely covered in lichen. Absolutely covered in it all the way. Different colours, light green, dark green and yellows. And already if you look at the buds, you can see that the buds are slowly on the tree opening up in January. It is a time, isn't it, of anticipation. That's it. To me, January is like holding your breath. You've got through the autumn, you've dropped everything. Animals they've either flown away, they fled from the cold, or they have burrowed down somewhere and bedded down and gone into hibernation. Or some animals, of course, are out in every waking hour trying to find enough food. They're scurrying around just to survive, and some won't survive, but many will, of course. But it's that holding your breath, it's that anticipation for the spring and then that sudden burst of life ahead. And I think that's a great metaphor that we should all think about and take heed from, really, that life will get better. The spring is coming. I'm not going to peddle any of the government's promises because we know how that all goes out, but we're in that bedding down, and somehow we will get through this rather peculiar situation that we're in. And actually, I've often thought how lucky my generation has been. I'm in my mid-50s, and I always thought how lucky I've been. I haven't had to go through 5 years of war here in England, being born in the 60s, and there hasn't really been any major trauma. This, of course, is going to go down in history as the first time ever that the whole world has locked itself up, which is a very peculiar thing. But it will be a historic thing, something to tell the grandchildren who may not remember it. Some of them, of course, will remember those people wearing masks and not being able to go out very much, which of course hopefully won't have affected them too much psychologically. But it is a historic moment, so somehow we've all just got to grin and bear this and get through it and try and stay as positive as we can. Just walking round the cricket pitch, which actually there is a guy, if I swing the camera around, there's a guy actually working on it in the mist, in this cold, wet, damp atmosphere, which is great. I think that for all the stuff that the mainstream media are pumping out at us, frightening us and persuading us to stay indoors and put up with everything, despite that, the world is still turning. The seasons are coming and going. The birds are tweeting in the sky. The sky itself has not fallen down. And we should rejoice, really, in that the world is continuing and that a better future is coming. So I guess my message in today's video is somehow we've just got to keep going. As Churchill said, we've got to just keep buggering on, and somehow we'll get through it, through this mist, through this vague time, through this solitude. And I think what also one has to do when you're in these situations is to somehow flip it round and turn it on its head and say, this is an opportunity. This is an opportunity to do something else. I mean, we're what, 10 months into pretty much a lockdown, into certain restrictions, but we've got to somehow, and I don't know how for everybody, of course, to turn that round and say, I'm going to do something new. I'm going to take advantage of this. And I know that during the first few lockdowns, a lot of people were sorting out their gardens and things. Of course, people have probably got some very lovely gardens. Not so easy to do that in weather like this. But I do urge people, if they can, safely get out of those four walls for their mental sanity. Walk, breathe in the air, look at nature and take heed from nature, because nature always survives. Certain species obviously are threatened and occasionally do unfortunately die out, but nature on the whole survives. It adapts, and for the short time that we're here, that's what we've got to do. And same with my channel, really. I can't get out as far as I would like all the time, but rest assured that I will do my damnedest to make sure that I've got a video out every day, something to do with heritage, landscape and nature, or indeed cogitations and things. I may have to adapt what my channel does briefly in order to bring some kind of entertainment, content, or even inspiration to you, my lovely viewer. So thank you so much for watching my early morning walk in the mist. I hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to follow, like and subscribe if you haven't. There'll be more videos. Give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. I'll appreciate that. And of course, leave a comment. Positive comments, very much welcome. Negative comments, I just say to those people, find a different channel. Find something else that you like rather than being negative. 2021 for me is a time to be positive regardless of this dreadful situation. Anyway, take care and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now. Bye bye.